Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to go over some of the new samples and decants that I had picked up. A couple of them were picked out for me by a friend and a couple of them I picked up myself. So I just want to kind of go over some of the new stuff, some of the stuff that's not as new in general as in new releases, but it's definitely new to me. And some stuff that's been pretty popular and other stuff that I haven't really heard much about, but I was still curious, so I decided, well, I'm just going to try them myself. So if that sounds interesting to you, please continue to hang in there, watch, subscribe, like, comment, all the good things, and let's get started. All right, so to begin, I have three Montale samples here. They look like this, and they're just like little carded samples. I have Beast Love, Bubble Forever, and Lucky Candy. And so these were given to me by a friend. I had asked, her thoughts about these, and she said, well, I'll get you some samples and you can try them yourself. So we're going to start with Lucky Candy. Now, I did try this on my skin already, and I had heard some reviews saying that this was not what people expected. They expected a really candy, gourmand fragrance. They expected something way more, sweet and yummy, but it is sweet and yummy to me. It doesn't smell exactly like candy. It smells like a very sweet floral fragrance, but I like it. I think it smells really good. And the bottle is so cute. It's that like all matte pink looking bottle. And it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. There's some fruitiness to it, a little bit of some citruses and some fun kind of bright fruits in the beginning. And then it goes into, there's like a toffee note, a vanilla and a toffee note. And I'm definitely getting like a sweetness, a candy-like touch to it, but it's definitely more of a sweet, airy floral fragrance. But 100%, there's this delicious vanilla toffee bit to it that makes it smell really good. I wouldn't call this a gourmand. I would call it, if anything, like more floral gourmand, but oh, I really like it. I like it. I think it's sweet. I think it's fun. I think it's pretty. I feel like it's definitely feminine leaning. And it reminds me a little bit of like maybe Good Girl Blush, that kind of vibes. And so I don't know. I wouldn't say necessarily smells like super uber niche. I think it smells really mass appealing though. And I think a lot of people would really actually like this quite a lot. I think it would be pretty mass appealing. But yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. It's pink. And, it's got some fruity vanilla toffee vibes to it. Also, I feel like the florals are pretty nondescript. They're blended very well together, that I don't say I smell one floral over the rest of the florals in the, list of ingredients. I feel like they're really blended well together, and they just make a nice, sweet, feminine floral fragrance. I'll read you guys off the notes. We have bergamot, honey, cacao, frangipani, marshmallow, neroli, coconut, lily of the valley, musk, vanilla, toffee, and amber. So I wouldn't say that I descriptively get any of those notes that stick out to me as like, oh, that's that note, or oh, that's that note. But I can see maybe the cacao, vanilla, toffee vibes in there for sure. And then the neroli can usually be quite identified quite easily. It's a pretty specific scent. And in this, I do not feel like this is a neroli fragrance. But I can see the mixture of the flowers together, giving it that sweet floral blend. kind of along the lines of like maybe Gucci Gardenia, or like I said, Good Girl Blush, something like that. But it's really nice. It's a really nice fragrance, and I would be absolutely happy, excited if I were to get this as a birthday gift or, you know, something like that. I would be elated. I'd be excited. Okay, next up we have Bubble Forever. And this is another deliciously beautiful pink bottle from Montale. And this one does immediately have that pink bubblegum smell. As soon as you spray it and smell it, it's got this delicious pink bubblegum, perfectly juicy, you know, like it's like I almost imagine like popping a piece of it in my mouth right now. And I really like this. I think it's really a sweet fragrance. I think it's very girly and cute. I think it's super cute. This is not something that I need in my collection, but a lot, just like with Lucky Candy, if someone were to gift this to me, I would truly enjoy it. I would love it. I don't have anything like this in my collection. It gives me a little bit of Dolce Amalfi Casamorati line, that a little bit of that gum kind of texture and feel to it, but this is definitely pink gum, whereas the Dolce Amalfi is more of like a juicy fruit gum, the yellow gum. So, but it smells really nice, and there's various fruits in here, and I also in this one is that same musk, vanilla, toffee base, but in this one there's a bit of cinnamon, there's some citruses, some fruits in here, and some various florals that just lend to a really nice floral gourmand. This one I would say is more of a floral gourmand than Lucky Candy. I think Lucky Candy leans more on just sweet floral, and this one really does give you that bubblegum feel, pink bubblegum feel, and I really like it. I really enjoy it. I think it's quite a cute fragrance. I feel like it's cutesy, it's girly, it's feminine, and it's really pretty. The notes in this one are lemon, grapefruit, neroli, pear, orange blossom, rose, jasmine, cinnamon, vanilla, toffee, musk, and amber. And it's a great blend of all of those notes. Nothing like specifically stands out to me more than anything else. But I think the citruses mixed with the pear, a little bit of cinnamon, vanilla, and toffee just makes for a really delicious bubblegum fragrance. And really nice. I like it. It's not as beast mode as Lucky Candy. It's a little bit more light. I can already smell the smell, you know, getting lighter as it's just sitting here drying down. But it's yummy. It's yummy and it's fun. And I really like that about it. Next up, we're going to have Beast Love. Another Montale new release. Oh. So this is the first two I had sprayed on my skin beforehand. Beast Love I had not. I'm immediately getting leather oud type vibes to this. Hence I guess the animalicness of a beast. Because I'm definitely getting leather, and it's a leather note. It's not a buttery suede note. This is a leather for sure. And oh, I don't know how I feel about this one. Yeah, let's see what the, the notes are. For Beast Love, we've got pear, plum, bergamot, leather, cedar, rose, vetiver, vanilla, tonka, musk, and amber. And I do like leather fragrances, but this is not one that I could see myself reaching for. Yeah, I don't think I really care for this one that much. Yeah. That one for sure is more unisex though. I could absolutely see that being worn by a masculine as well as a feminine energy. But yeah, I don't think I love that one. So the first two from Montale were hits, but this one I think I would pass on. Okay, next up we have Tamin Cords. And this one was picked out for me. So I have never smelled this. This is going to be first impressions. This is Tamin's newer fragrance. So let's give it a spritz. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. Interesting. So this is quite potent. I only did like one full spray on this strip and it's pretty potent. I definitely am getting a leather, a cypriol oil, a little bit of something sweet in there as well. Maybe a little bit spicy. I don't know how I feel about about this one either. Chords. Let's see what the notes are. So we have bergamot, neroli, and orange blossom, tobacco, honey, ylang ylang, leather, cypriol oil, and cedar. And for me, so as soon as I smelled this, I immediately got the base notes for sure. The leather, the cypriol oil, the cedar, 100%. That's the first thing I smelled. I think that they're overpowering the bergamot and neroli. There's a little bit of a spice to this. There's no pepper in the notes, huh? There's something spicy about this. But there's greenness to it. And I do get the honey note. I am getting the honey note. It's sweet. I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I feel like this would be too strong of a fragrance to wear in summer as well. I think it's something that should be probably worn in fall, winter, early spring. But yeah, I don't know how I quite feel about this. I feel maybe that it's more masculine leaning, and so I don't think I would wear this, but do I want to smell this on my husband? The leather note is nice. I like the leather note more in this one than I do in Montale's Beast Love. But yeah, I don't think I'm really loving that one. So next up we have Acro Smile. And I have tried this one on skin as well. Just when it first came in the mail, I spritzed it on my hand. And immediately I like this. It's like a raspberry lemonade, sweet, airy. And it does make me feel happy. It does make me smile. It's really playful and quite a nice summer fragrance because it's still airy and you get a little bit of tartness, like a raspberry lemonade, but it's also sweet. So almost like a raspberry lemonade fruit punch kind of vibes. Like the Kool-Aid brand raspberry lemonade, so it's got tons of sugar in it. But I like this, and I think it is very happy, pleasant fragrance. Do I need a full bottle of this, though? Probably not. Maybe one of the 30 ml Acro bottles, but I don't think I would get the full 100 ml bottle of it. But I do like it. I like it. There's something very pleasing about this, and I think this would be easy for many people to like. Yeah, it's really nice. It is really nice. It's a smiley fragrance. The notes are bergamot, raspberry, clary sage, and musk. And normally I can really smell clary sage in fragrances, and I don't get that aromatic clary sage from this fragrance. No, I'm really just getting that raspberry, bergamot, lemon juiciness, and then some musk to give it that airiness and, you know, kind of push the fragrance out a bit. But I think I would consider a 30 ml of this one. I do have 2 other Acros in my fragrance collection that I love dearly. I have Acro Bake, and then I have Awake, which is like a cardamom coffee. Ooh. But this is nice. It's nice, it's sweet, it's girly, it's airy, and it's pleasant. Next up, I have another fragrance sample that was picked out for me. This time it is Roja Isola Soul. If you guys can see that. And so this will be a first impressions. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. So immediately I'm getting beach vibes. Immediately. Beach vibes. White florals, yellow florals, tropical sand in my toes. Like, it almost reminds me a bit of Replica's Beach Walk. Those kind of vibes. A little suntan lotion-y, a little tropical floral. Maybe some coconut, some bergamot, something like that. I like this, but I will say that I don't particularly love suntan lotion fragrances. I feel like if I wanted to smell like suntan lotion, I would just put on my sunscreen for the day. But this is an elevated sunscreen. This isn't just, you know, your typical sunscreen. You can tell that there's elevated florals in here. There's a really creamy blend of white florals, yellow florals, definitely some neroli in here, and coconut. It is extremely pleasant. I do not think I need a full bottle of this. Would I enjoy smelling this on someone else? Yes. But does it also remind me of being at the lake and being at the beach and suntan lotion and, you know, or being in Cancun and putting suntan lotion on, and then there are tropical flowers growing around the resort? Very much. This is like a vacation scent, and I couldn't think of another time where I would want to wear it other than being on the water or being on vacation. But it's a pleasant scent. It's pretty, but nothing spectacular. I will read you the notes for this one. This one has apricot, lemon, peach, orange, bergamot, petitgrain, ylang-ylang, jasmine, coconut, neroli, salt, musk, sandalwood, ambroxan, cedar, amyris, and pink pepper. Yeah, to me, it is a beautiful fragrance, but I think that to spend Roja kind of money, I'm going to need more from my fragrance than this is giving. But it is beautiful, and I would not mind smelling it on someone else. And again, I wouldn't mind having a resort that smelled like this, or vacation vibes, or the beach. I just don't think that I would want to wear this day in and day out. And especially I couldn't see anyone wearing this outside of summer. But yeah, it is pretty. All right, next up we have from Casamorati. This is Quattro Pizzi. And some of my friends and YouTubers have already purchased bottles or given their reviews on this bottle. And I do not ever blind buy tuberose fragrances because I never know what type of tuberose I'm going to get. And I lean more towards the bubblegum, grapey sort of tuberoses and less of the more indolic, really truly quite strong white floral. And also, I don't always love coconut in notes. So with this one, I was like, this, I have to pick up a sample of this. I cannot blind buy this. And I will say that I'm really glad I didn't blind buy it. I know that so many of my friends love this fragrance, but to me, it's not the type of tuberose that I love. It is a nicely done fragrance, believe me, it's beautiful. But there's a little bit more of a green tuberose to this. And I don't love the way the coconut comes off in this one either. This one is a no-go for me, but I can see why people that love green tuberose would love this fragrance. And I do think that the coconut adds a bit of a summer tropical kind of twist to this tuberose. But for me, this one is a pass. And I know my friends are probably watching this like, what, girl? I can't believe you. But it's just not my type of tuberose. The notes in Quattro Pizzi are Divana, rum, pink pepper, coriander, tuberose, coconut, tonka bean, hay, and tobacco leaf. And I definitely pick up the greenness between the Divana, the coriander, the hay. I'm getting that green earthy vibes to this. And yeah, it is a no for me on Quattro Pizzi. I'm sorry, guys. So next up, we have Amore Torrido. This is from Salas. And I know I am late to the party with this one. I know that everyone has already raved and purchased this and talked about the beautiful bottle, and I am late to the party, but I have to smell and make sure this was a blank one. I have got to tell you, this one is so juicy, so yummy, but the way that the coconut is done in this fragrance, I don't love it. I don't love it. I definitely get, you know, like various fruits, juicy apples, pineapples, like all kinds of juicy fruits in here that I do like, but it's almost a little bit of a pina colada type of vibe with this fragrance that is not my favorite. And I know this is such a popular fragrance and people are just going to think this is blasphemy. They're going to think this is crazy. But for me, yeah, the juicy fruits of it are amazing. I love it. I love all the fruits. I can really smell apple in this. But the way that the coconut comes off, I don't love that part. I don't love the pina colada vibes in this. So when it first opens, I love the juiciness of it. But as soon as that coconut sweeps in, it gives me just too much of a pina colada vibe. And I'm not a pina colada kind of person. I actually did not own any fragrances with the note of coconut in it until about 3 years ago, because I just don't like coconut scented things. I have come around to them now later in my fragrance journey, but usually if it had coconut in it, I wasn't gonna like it. Body sprays, lotions, perfumes, the coconut had to be done in a more of a toasted coconut type of way. And this is creamy coconut. This is like pina colada smoothie with some apples in there, maybe some other various fresh fruits. some musk, some suntan lotion, I mean, this screams summer. This is summer in a bottle, for sure. 100%. I couldn't see myself wearing this scent outside of summer. This is summer in a bottle, but it's just not my summer in a bottle. But I think that if I smelled this on someone else, I would probably enjoy it on them. I just don't enjoy myself wearing the pina colada type vibe fragrances. So, and I, of course, you know, I bought like a 5 ml decant of it. So this will last me for forever, because I could probably only really wear this maybe once a month in the 3 months of summer. So it looks like this will stick around for, you know, this summer and next. But it is a nice fragrance, and I can see why it is so popular. I can see why so many people have called this mass appealing and just really delicious. And, you know, because it does give that juicy golden skin, you know, sipping on a pina colada and eating from a fruit tray, you know, nice cold fruit in the hot sun. Like, I can see why it's mass appealing. But if you were someone that does not like pina colada flavored things or pina colada smelling things, this is definitely something you should test before you buy, especially because the Amore Torrido bottles are not cheap. They are not cheap. It is an expensive house. So get a sample first. Decant it first, for sure. Next up, we are going to my new favorite house, Coty Infiniment. And I've got 3 here to go over. The first one is Matin de Jade. And let me just tell you, okay, I am really enjoying the house of Coty Infiniment. And this fragrance is a tea lover's dream. People that like, oh, I got that in my mouth. People that like the bergamot, green tea, citrusy tea type fragrances are probably they're gonna love this. This is a little bit of oolong cha, but there's something really juicy about this. And a lot of tea fragrances have bergamot. Usually, most tea fragrances have bergamot or ginger. And excuse me, for this one, it's just super vibrant. It is a very bright fragrance, invigorating, refreshing, and I really enjoy it. And as a tea lover, I have many a tea fragrance. So it's been harder for me to want to add a tea fragrance to my collection because I have like, I don't know, 17 of them. But I want a full bottle of this. This is full bottle worthy to me. This is bright, invigorating, and for a tea scent, it's pretty potent. Like, it's pretty potent. You could absolutely choke yourself out with this fragrance if you sprayed too much. Now, I will say that I'm getting longevity-wise, I did a full day wear test on this fragrance with the tiny amount of decant that I have in my possession now that's left, but it gave me probably about 4 or 5 hours, and then it was pretty much a skin scent from there on. There was going to be no projection or sillage. But if you are well accustomed with tea fragrances, you'd know that that's pretty good for a tea fragrance. I would say it's kind of on par with like Oolong Cha, but maybe even just a tad bit more intense, a little bit more to it. Now, Coty, they only give 3 notes for their perfumes, for their fragrances. So the notes in this are ginger, bergamot, and tea. Well, that's pretty much exactly what I get. It's bright, it's juicy, it's a really nice tea scent. And I find myself becoming very sad that I have maybe 2 or 3 sprays left out of my decant, and then it's going to be gone. And I do think this will become a full bottle in my collection. I am really, really enjoying this fragrance. So if you like tea fragrances, I really suggest getting your nose on Coty's tea fragrance, Matin de Jade. And I love the name too. And I love the imagery that they used for this fragrance as well. Yeah, this is a green tea dream. Next up we have, and this one is on its last leg. I don't even know if I'm going to get any spritz out of it. We shall see. No, it's not going to even spray anymore. But this is Entres Genres, and this is their, I believe this is a tea one also, but this one is a musk. And immediately when I sprayed this one, the first thing I thought of was Apollonia from Xerjoff and Musk Ultra Blanc from Guerlain. It was like if those two had a baby. The opening is very, very much the Apollonia from Xerjoff. I sprayed it and I said, oh, this smells like something I own. I walked up to my display and I'm like, I know exactly what it is. It's Apollonia. But Apollonia from Xerjoff is, it stays with that opening throughout the entire fragrance. Whereas this one, when it dries down, it smells a little bit more like Guerlain's Musk Ultra Blanc. Both of those are fantastic fragrances. Fantastic fragrances. And of course, I absolutely love this fragrance. And if I had disposable money to just buy whatever I wanted, you bet I'm getting a full bottle of this. But if I had to choose between picking up only one of the, the next ones that I've tried, next ones on my list, I would find it really difficult to purchase this one over the other tea fragrance they have. So even though I love this, and want it so badly, I cannot justify picking up a full bottle of this one because I already own Xerjoff's Apollonia. I own Guerlain's Musk Ultra Blanc. I own many, many white musk, clean musk fragrances. But if I had not purchased Apollonia like 7 months ago or so, I would be 100% jumping on this because I love that scent DNA so much, so much. This is such a pleasing scent to me. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. If you like those type of scents, Apollonia, Musk Therapy, Musk Ultra Blanc, those musky, clean scents, you're going to absolutely love this fragrance. It is stunningly beautiful. The notes in this one are musk, tea, and tangerine with white blossoms. And I get all of that. But what I get is just a clean tea fragrance, white musk, clean, airy, and just pristine white t-shirt. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And I love the way it's blended. I love it. I love it so much. So the last of the Coty Infiniment is trois amours. And hopefully I said that pretty well. I don't know. Let's see here. So this one intrigued me and I wanted to try it because it has a banana flower note. And I love bananas, banana flowers in fragrances. I adore that note. And the imagery, this like yellow florals, and this just looked so beautiful for this fragrance. So I was like, I know that I have to try that. I eventually want to try every single one from the Coty Infiniment line. But this one is really beautiful. Really beautiful. Really, I don't necessarily get a banana note, but I am getting the banana flower, and it's super sweet. And again, they only give you 3 notes. So they give you jasmine, banana flower, and sheepery notes. And this is really sweet. It's really sweet. It's really pleasant. And I like it a lot. But I almost feel like the jasmine gives it a little more maturity than I think I am ready for. But it is stunningly beautiful. It is really beautiful. But I feel like it's hard. It's really hard because when I've worn this on skin, the jasmine is quite powerful in here, but it's not a super indolic jasmine. It's not like crazy white florals, but it's like a sweet jasmine in here, and super feminine energy, super sweet. But I don't feel like, I feel like this could almost come from just a regular designer fragrance, and I don't feel like it's as much niche quality, and but it is so good at the same time, though. It is sweet and wonderful and floral, mass appealing. But I couldn't see someone really young gravitating towards this fragrance. I feel like it's got more mature vibes to it. And it smells like summer for sure. It's really pretty. It is really pretty. But I don't think I need a full bottle of this. Not at this time in my life. Maybe as I get older. But for right now, I feel like it's just a little too mature for my age. Kind of just the way that I like to present myself as young, fun, flirty, But this does give flirty. This does give sexy. This gives sweet, floral. Maybe, 5, 6, 7 years from now, when I'm in my mid to late 40s, I will reconvene with something like this and see if it suits my personality more then. But, you guys see my eyeshadows. You see the way I wear my hair long. I'm in my late 30s, and I still feel young and young at heart and playful, but it is beautiful. It is beautiful. But I definitely feel like I definitely could smell something like this come out of a mid-range designer, and less of more indie and niche like. Okay, so the next 2 fragrances are fragrances that were chosen for me, and I haven't had much interest in this house, but I figured they got put in a package of some stuff that I'd ordered, so I might as well review them, right? So this is Etat Libre de Orange. This one is Ghost in the Shell. And so this came in a package I ordered from, I think it was ZGO Perfumery. Okay. So that immediately smells like rubber. Musk with rubber? Musk and plastic? Musk and latex? Yeah. There's this beautiful musk, but you sprayed musk all over yourself, and then you put on one of those like latex suits. Like, do you guys watch American Horror Stories? Murder House? When he put on that like black latex suit, and oh yeah, no. no, this is offensive. The only other fragrances I have smelled from Etat Libre de Orange is Secretions was one of them, and that was offensive. And one that was in a red bottle, but I can't remember what it was called. But this is definitely not mass appealing. The musk is beautiful. The musk is a clean, nice, beautiful musk. And then there is a latex. A rubber latex. No. No, 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 no. I will read you guys the notes on this one. This is aqual, yuzu, hexyl acetate, milk, skin accord, jasmine, mugane, orchinox, vinyl, yeah, and moss. Yeah, that's okay, vinyl. All right. That wasn't it. Yeah. I'm sorry, but when we wear vinyl pants or a vinyl skirt, are we wearing perfumes that smell like that now? No, that's that one. And you know what? Fragrance is so subjective. If this is your signature scent, I'm sure it smells great on you. I'm sure it does. And so I'm not putting it down for someone that really loves this fragrance, but just for my preference, for my style, no. This smells like when you used to get those pleather pants and before you washed them, the way they smelled, or like latex. Yeah. No, that one's a no for me. The next one we have is You or Someone Like You, from the same brand, Etat Libre de Orange. And I have heard people talk about this one a lot. Now, I will preface with the saying I don't love Glossier You. And I also don't like Pleur's Skin or Missing Person or Clean Reserve Skin. I don't care for those fragrances. I love musks and I love skin scents, but I don't care for those fragrances specifically. So this is why this is not a fragrance that a sample that I chose for myself. This is something that was given to me in an order. Oh, minty. That's minty. Wow. Ooh. Sour. It's minty. It's sour. Ooh, boy. Green. Wow. So I could see how in super hot weather, this would be so refreshing, because the first thing you get is this like cooling effect, almost like cool air conditioning after you've been out in the heat all day. But there's a little bit of like sweat in here. A little bit of, oh no. Again, if this is your signature scent, if you love this, I love that for you. I do. But this smells like someone has been outside all day in the summer and they have dried sweat on them, and then they popped a piece of gum in their mouth to freshen their breath. But you're getting this sour note of dried sweat on their skin. No. And it's green, and I'm not loving that. Let's see what the notes are here. That's mint, grapefruit, bergamot, anise, green notes, cassis, rose, hedione, and white musk. And mind you, when I write down the notes of these fragrances, I may film a week later. So it's not like I'm memorized the notes of these fragrances. I plan out my videos in my notebook and kind of just open a page and pick from a page, and that's the video I film. So yeah, the green notes, the mint, they for sure are really potent in there. And these rose, do I smell rose in here? No. If it is, it's an extremely green rose, an extremely green stemmy rose, like rose thorns. You know, when like you were a kid and used to break off the thorns of roses, and that's the smell that I'm getting. And yeah, white musk for sure. It's musky. Oh, but it's too green for me. If it were less green, because it's not the mint part that I mind about it, it's how green it is, and it's coming off sour like rose thorns. So I am not loving those two. So next up we have City Rhythm Puerto Rico, and I have a 10 ml size of this one. Now this one I actually got to try because one of my fragrance friends, Tammy, brought this to a dinner, and where we brought some fragrances for everyone to smell. And she brought this one, and immediately I sprayed it and was like, what is this tropical fruity goodness? The first thing I get is lime, and like really true lime juice, like fresh squeezed lime juice, coconut, other fruits. My mouth is literally watering because it's like I can taste the lime. It's so realistic. And there's definitely coconut lime mixture in here, some various florals. But for me, this is like if you were to take sweetened coconut milk, chunks of coconut flesh, fresh squeeze of lime, and blend it all together. And instead of a pina colada, it was like a limelada. This is what I'm getting. It is so yummy, and I like the way that this is done. I really do. And for someone that doesn't like pina colada, I'm really liking this lima colada. And it screams summer. It screams juicy. It screams smoothie, creamy. There's like a mango milk note in here. And it is tropical goodness. If you have not smelled anything from City Rhythm, I hear that they make fantastic fruity fragrances. This is my first experience with the house, and it definitely will not be my last. It's stunning. It's so fun, and it is so like just creamy, limey, mango milk, coconut goodness. And it smells drinkable. It literally smells drinkable. Like I'm smelling a smoothie right under my nose, and I could just take a sip of it. It is so realistic and yummy. This is a great fruity summer gourmand, and I cannot wait to try more from this house, City Rhythm. Last up, we have a 10 ml of Moresque Perpetual. And this one has like some shimmers in it, which makes it like so pretty, like ylang and gold, that like little subtle shimmery kind of. And this one I sprayed immediately when it was delivered because I love cherry fragrances, And I had heard that this smelled like lost cherry. So one, I knew it was safe to order a 10 ml of it. And two, I immediately needed to get this on skin. And boy, does this give lost cherry. I mean, it really does. It's giving lost cherry. It's dark cherries, sour cherries, sweet cherries with a warm base to it. And if you have smelled lost cherry or Gritty's Duquesa or Bodacious, Bodacia's Bodacious, it's giving those vibes. But I would say that Bodacious from Boadicea is more boozy. And Tom Ford's Lost Cherry gives a little bit more warmth, like sort of cinnamon, anise, kind of a little bit of warm spices to it. And this one is a little bit of a fresher take on it. Duquesses by Gritty, that one's a darker take on a cherry. And this, I feel like, is a mixture of all of them, but given with a big dose of airy musk. So it's a little more airy and a little more daytime friendly, a little more springtime friendly, even summertime. But it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. With a DNA like this, how could you not like it? But with the fact that I own these other fragrances, I do not need a bottle of this. So for those of you that do not want to pay Tom Ford Lost Cherry prices, this is the next best thing. Now, I've never tried any sort of dupe fragrances before, so I'm sure by now there are tons of Middle Eastern dupe houses and, you know, other ways to get Lost Cherry in your life. But if you're a bit of a purist and, you know, you just don't want to spend the coins on Tom Ford Lost Cherry, Perpetual by Moresque is a stunningly beautiful fragrance. I love it so much. And I would absolutely 100% own it if I didn't already own some of the cherries that I have in my collection already. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed my reviews of some of these new releases and new releases to me. And yeah, so if you guys like it here, I would love it if you would subscribe, like, comment, all the good things. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.